Now onto the Old Ways. The Old Ways by Celeris, the Lore Master. We who know the old ways are well aware of the existence of a spiritual world invisible to the unenlightened. Just as one living in a kingdom but unaware of the political machinations underneath may see a new tax or battle preparation as the caprices of fortune, many observe floods, famines, and madness with helpless incomprehension. This is deplorable, as the great Kulian Darnizon moaned, "The power of ignorance can shatter ebony like glass." What, after all, is the origin of these spiritual forces that move the invisible strings of Mundus? Any neophyte of Artium knows that these spirits are our ancestors, and that while living, they too were bewildered by the spirits of their ancestors, and so on back to the original Acharyai. The Aedra and the gods to whom the common people turn are no more than the spirits of superior men and women whose power and passion granted them great influence in the afterworld. Certainly this is our truth and our religion, but how does it help us in our sacred duty of selfness, or providing grave and faithful counsel to lesser men? Primarily, it is easy to grasp the necessity both of the endowing good men with great power and making powerful men good. We recognize the multiple threats that a strong tyrant represents, breeds cruelty which feeds the Aedra Bothai, and hatred which feeds the Aedra Viernima. If he should die having performed a particularly malevolent act, he may go to rule in oblivion. And the worst of all, he inspires other villains to thirst after power and other rulers to embrace villainy. Knowing this, we have developed patience in our dealings with such despots. They should be crippled, humiliated, impoverished, imprisoned. Other counselors may advocate assassination or welfare, which, aside from its spiritual insignificance, is expensive and likely to inflict at least as much pain on the innocent as the brutish dictator. No, we are intelligent gatherers, dignified diplomats, not revolutionaries. How, then, are our counsels faithful? We are faithful only to the old ways. It is essential always to remember the spiritual world while keeping our eyes open in the physical one. Performing the rites of Mawawita on the 2nd of Hearthfire and the Vigiled on the 1st of Second Seed are essential means of empowering solitary spirits and debilitating unclean ones. How, then, are we at once faithful to those we counsel and to the Isle of Artium? Perhaps the sage Teheritai said it best. In Mundus, conflict and disparity are what bring change, and change is the most sacred of the elven forces. Change is the force without focus or origin. It is the duty of the disciplined physic, enlightened one, to dilute change where it brings greed, gluttony, sloth, ignorance, prejudice, cruelty. Here, Teheritai lists the rest of the 101 prodigalities, and to encourage change where it brings excellence, beauty, happiness, and enlightenment. As such, the faithful counsel has but one master, his mind. If a man, the Psychic counsels, acts wickedly and brings Ognthur, bad change, and will otherwise not be counseled, it is the Psychic's duty to counterbalance the Ognthur by any means necessary. Emphasis mind. A student at the old ways may indeed ally himself to a lord, but it is a risky relationship. It cannot be stressed enough that the choice be wisely made. Should the Lord refuse wise counsel and order the physic to use Teheritai's outmoded word to perform an act contrary to the teachings of the old ways, there are few available options. The Sijic may obey, albeit unwillingly, and fall prey to the dark forces against which he has devoted his life. The Visage may abandon his lord, which will bring shame to him and the Isle of Artian, and so may never be allowed home again. Or the Sigich may simply kill himself. Alrighty, I will see you in the next one.